Good day, everybody. Welcome to sunny Norway. We're here at Sandefjord, just south of Oslo, and it is looking pretty good. We got 3 planes. I think we got a 4th one about to join us. And today we're continuing our tour of Norway. We're heading south west along the coastline, and we're heading down to Kristiansand. Again, another coastal airport. So we should get some nice views of the Norwegian coast as we fly southwards. We're in the Twin Otter, and as you can see, there's a couple Widderows. We've got the Flyby, which is Kevin. Nick's apparently got some add-on scenery, and he's over there in the other Widdero. So we're about ready to get going. So just before we start, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, all that good stuff. You can follow over on Twitch. All my streams are multiplayer or VATSIM, and everyone is welcome to fly along. If you come over to the Discord, and I'll throw that up in the chat, you can get all the information about the flights, where we're flying, time, weather settings, what scenery we're going to be using, if any, is needed. And we fly everything from general aviation aircraft all the way up to airliners. So we should be good. As soon as the Discord pops up, I'll copy it over to the Twitch chat. There she is. And then we'll get into the cockpit. We can start getting ourselves good to go. There we go. It's up in Twitch now as well. So let's hop on board and we can start looking at getting the aircraft set up. First thing we got to do, however, is head to the back and close the door now that everyone's on board. Let's see if I can get the door switch here, or the door latch. There we go. Come up to the front, get our door closed, and we are all set. First thing we'll do is get the gust lock out of the way. And let me grab the weather and I'll put that into the chat. Current weather here at Sandefjord. Winds are 250 at 5 knots. Kavok 4 degrees and 0991 for the Metar. There, she's in the chat now. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to take off on runway 32 or 36, sorry, to the north. That's what I've got planned in. We're on the Northern Europe server, Willie. Northern Europe. And we're going to go off to the north and head out on the departure we've got planned in, and also fly the route that we've got scheduled up. So we're good there. Northern Europe. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is, since this is a VA flight for me, I'm going to start my tracker. And we can start going down the checklist. So the parking brakes are set. I can see that down there. Emergency fuel switches are both to normal. Fuel selector is on normal. Engine boost pumps are off. Radios are off. Cabin lights will come up top. Get the no smoking and the fasten seatbelt sign on. That could be the multiplayer bug, Willie. I had that the other day as well. It took a little bit. Remember on your stream, it took me a couple load-ins and stuff to get to seeing everybody. Okay, so that is all done. And oops, lights in. Ugh, hate the way that does that. Put the compartment fans on. We'll get that all set, and we will arm the emergency lighting. Alright, so back up. Beacon light, which is a position light, or anti-collision light, will come on. Pitot heat is off. Generator switches are off. Flaps are fully up. Fuel levers are in cutoff. Props are in feather, and throttles are fully back. Just make sure everything's working there. And that is all good. We'll put the props back in feather. Ignition switch is set to normal, and batteries are coming on, and DC master is now on. Okay, so everything is coming alive down there. We'll go over to the transponder. We'll put in our regular number. There's 5, that's not the one I want, 5556. My standard transponder is on standby. 6,000 feet is our cruise altitude for today. So we'll get that dialed in. There we go. And everything is coming up. Let's see if I can see Willie out there. Kevin's vanished. All I currently see is Nick. So, yeah, everything's working just the way it should. Come on, March 1st for the fix. Alright, so let's get the barrow in. 0991 is set. Yeah, I've got snow out there too, Willie. And we are good there. So we're good to start engine. So, right boost pump coming online. Actually, let's check our fuel and passenger load. Fuel's pretty good. Passenger load. Fuel, we're going to go to 60% on the fuel. I'm going to add a couple passengers. We'll put somebody in that seat. And somebody in that one, and somebody in that one. So there's our weights and everything. Feels good. Yeah, March 1st, sim update 8, which is supposedly has the multiplayer bug fix in it. Alright. Boost pump is on, starting the right engine. Still don't know why there's no sound when we're outside, but that's fine. Fuel coming in. And checking the right engine, everything looks good. Temperatures and pressures are all coming up. Come over here, start the left engine. Oh, there's always a chance, Philly. Always a chance. Fuel coming up. Well, they've already done one fix on it, which improved it, but there's still some issues. It's better than it used to be. I will say that. Alright. So both engines are up and going. Alright, so generators coming on. Radios are up and everything is showing nicely. Everything is planned in. Compass and gyros are set. I'll come up to the rest of the overhead lighting. So position lights are now on, bleed air coming on, we'll put the heat on auto. Everything else is good there. Generators are on. Anti-icing is currently not required, but we will come down and we'll put on the windshield heat. And we are good to roll out. So we're going to roll south. We're going to head down to W2, and we're going to use that for our exit point. Hello, Brian. So we'll bring the props out of feather. And we are good to taxi. Oh, there's Kevin. Alright, so brakes released. We're going to taxi out. Oh, there's Willie. Hello, J3. We're flying from Sandefjord to Kristiansand. So since we are taxiing, we will get the taxi light now on. Again, we're going to head down to Whiskey 2. That'll give us about 6,000 feet. Yeah, we got a little bit of snow here too. But knowing where you guys sit, you probably got a bit more than we did. It's lucky where I live, I don't have to worry about snow blowers and snow shoveling. Oop, for some reason that boost pump's not on. Yeah, there's always an operational flight plan for IFR flights. Redeem driveway? Yeah. Oh, that's a lot. I can see why you are hesitant to get out there and start working on it. Hi, Oki. How are you? How's everything? Big Jacko Gaming, hello. Thanks for dropping by. Alright, so parking brake is on. Props coming full forward. Where's my mouse? Auto feather is armed. Anti-ice not required. Autopilot check 6,000 feet. I'm going to turn the heading bug to 360. Yeah, watching them land in the storms and the winds they've been having there. Alright, we're good to move out. Oh, there's Nick on his custom scenery. We're heading southwest along the coast to Kristiansand. That's the next stop on our tour. I think it's about 100 miles, 110 miles away. Yeah, well, we're flying all over the world. I don't know where that airliner came from. He must have spawned on the runway. Alright. So flaps down to 10 degrees. Fuel quantities checked. Fuel pumps are checked. On trim tab is set. Flight instruments set. Nav and comm radios are set. Auto feather is arm flap set. 10 instruments are checked. Pitot heat is on. NTA is not required. Flight controls are free and correct. Transponder is on out. Landing lights are on. Caution lights are set. We are on the runway. And we are good to go. That's Nick with Custom Scenery. So he's kind of chugging away. So we're going to power up to 40 inches for takeoff. Hold the power. We'll go 45 for the climb once we're up. Push it up a little bit. Keep us on the center line. Don't want to exceed 50. That's red line. 65 knots. Easing back. And we're up. Very nice. Alright, so we're on the climb, so 45 inches on the pressures. We'll bring the props back to 90% for the climb. Autopilot is now on. We'll go to nav mode. And we'll climb at 1,600 feet per minute, which is the basic climb rate for this airplane. And we're following the flight plan. J3, yes, I will agree with that. It does got a dolphin-esque quality in the nose. Alright, so flaps are fully up. Auto feather is off. Climb power is set. Landing lights can now come off. And we're climbing out at a respectable about 108 knots. It could go steeper. It could go at 85, which is the best climb rate, but we do have passengers on board, so we don't want to be too brutal with them. That's us through 3,200 feet. We're on nav mode. It's taking us out to the turn point. And there we're starting into our turn now. We should be starting into our turn any second now. Being a slower aircraft, it does get a lot closer to the waypoint before she turns. There we go. 1,000 to go. And why aren't you turning? All right. We'll go into heading mode. $6,000 feet, Willie. Yeah, that is correct. Oh. That's why. I was in V-Lock. Missed that? There we go. It's much better now. Alright, there's 6,000 feet, so we're going to bring the props back to 76%. We'll hear them lock in. There we go. And we'll bring the RPM back to, or the torque pressure back to 40. And that's cruise power is set. Yeah, thanks, Kevin. I realized that. So if we look around, there's our view out from our passenger seated in 1 Alpha. There's the airport. And then we got the coastline, so we're not far from the coast. And some lovely scattered clouds in the area. Just looking out the other way, we can see the hills. Oh, there's Kevin's plane coming into sight there. It's not going to be a long flight. Got some nice views around. There, looks good. So we'll be turning in a second and heading further southwards. I always forget that when you load in this airplane, she starts in V-Lock and not GPS mode on the unit. So we're going to head down the coast. Little communities here. It's very noisy outside as well. J3 test flight went well. We were, I think it was almost 8 hours. And Halifax to Vancouver. Landed great. Not a stutter, not a audio glitch, nothing. So I think, yeah, well, 135 knots is what I'm doing right now, Willie. I think 8 hours will be my limit for long hauls. So Tuesday we're going on a live one. It'll be a final test flight. It'll be a streamed flight of about 6 to 7 hours. Not quite sure where in the world yet, but it'll be somewhere interesting. And then when I got space on a tour that finishes, probably this one, we'll switch Saturday over to the long haul flights. See, Kevin just disappeared. See if I see anybody around me. Nope. So that's my multiplayer all vanishing. Yay. So I'm not sure if you guys can see me or not. ETLL is London. What's KS KGSO. Brian, yes, we'll be flying our European capitals tour on VATSIM. And I believe we're heading to... Well, we're in Copenhagen from last Monday. I think we're heading to Minsk, actually. Oh, I see it, Nick. So, Nick seems to be the only one I have in sight. So I lost Kevin and Willie. But that's fine. I'm sure you guys will pop back in a bit. Totally not your home airport. Let's see if I can find out where that is. Piedmont Triad International Airport, Greenboro, North Carolina. Okay. That's a possible one. A lot of ice coming up. Project Boom? Not familiar with Project Boom. Oh, it's bringing back supersonic airliners. Is that coming back up? Yeah, interesting. We're just about to cross over the E18 highway. There it is there. Like I said, we're heading onto the coast. This is all water. It's all frozen over. Let's see what I can grab here. So the weather in Kristiansand is okay. It says it's VFR, but we've got winds are 160 at 2 knots. Light drizzle. A few clouds at 2100, broken at 3800, 2 degrees. 0994. We're going to be landing. I'm doing the ILS for runway 12. So bringing up the ILS chart, we're going to be coming in. We're actually coming in on an arrival, and you can see right now we're flying down to Lotot, and we're coming in from Lotot, and we're going to be picking it up this way and coming in. So we're going to want 3,000 feet at NELIP, which is the initial approach fix. Frequency for the ILS 110.9, so let's get that tuned in. So we'll switch over to nav, and it's going to be 110.9. We'll switch that over. So 110.9 is now showing in our nav 1. That's good. Is there anything else here that we may need? Well, The missed approach point is at 112.1, so we can come down to VOR 2, and we can go 112.1. Flip that over. So that's going to appear here. You can see it's already there. So if we're going to fly to that after we do our missed approach, we're going to want a heading of 216. So we'll dial this around to 216. See, we're now flip direction heading to a 2 heading. Or sorry, 216, 216. Which would put it there. So this will give us our direction for that VOR out to on the missed approach. I'm just looking to see if we have an NDB here. Seeing it there. If we go to here, let's look at our approaches. ILS localizers. No NDBs in the area. That's fine. So we'll turn that off now. Come back to looking outside. There's the sun, setting sun. So not a lot of daylight at this time, although the days are getting longer. So that's not a problem. There's Nick above me. Willie says he's back here somewhere following along. And we're out over the water now. You can see how it's all frozen. And the airport is down here on the coast. So we'll watch for the clouds as we come in if we need the anti-ice. I don't think we will. Nice views out the windows though. So this tour is going to take us all the way up the coastline of Norway to the very top. And we should see some interesting small airports. Oh, there we go. Kevin's popped back in, which means we should have Willie. Huh. Oh, there's J3 there. Willie right behind. Excellent. A little bit of formation work going here. Love that sun on the water. That is looking really cool. Kevin, I was going to say it must be a little early for you for that, but then I realized it's probably about 1:30 your time. But then again, I realized that you were up till 4 in the morning with me flying to Vancouver. So you must have gone to bed and then just got up to do this flight. almost down to the exit point of the star, which is kind of our turning point for heading into the initial approach fix. Once we make that turn, we're going to head down to 3,000 feet, which is the intercept altitude. Yeah, well, yeah, Seminole's a nice airplane to fly. I don't know if I'm going to fly it on your next stream, which is a week Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to fly it or the Twin Otter. Probably do the Seminole. Though I know you like flying the P-28 for that. There's the ice. We're going to be turning in and we're going to be heading out this way in a minute. So our next stream is tomorrow, 1300 hours. And we are carrying on with our Pan Am round the world flight. Oh yeah, okay, that's cool. I've got some Canadian liveries for the Otter too, so I might send you the livery link so you can throw it in so that I show up with the big maple leaf on the tail and everything. So tomorrow we're carrying on with our Pan Am around the world. We're heading from Karachi to Delhi. We have a scheduled departure time out of Karachi at, I think it's 11:35. So it's about an hour after we arrived in Karachi on the last one. So it's a fairly quick turn over there. Off the coastline here. There's the turn. Gave me 6,000, Nick. I don't know why it would give you 10,000. We made the turn in. We're heading inbound. Once we hit land, we're going to start our descent down to 3,000. You can definitely see the darker clouds out there, so maybe we're going to see that light drizzle. Or DZ. the freezing rain. It might be freezing rain if I remember right. Light drizzle will just be minus SH for light showers, or minus RASH, rain showers. We'll keep an eye on it, definitely. Brief sure is way overestimating the fuel required. Which is interesting. Better to have it that way than the other way. We've got 6.5 miles to go. Our entry there. So 3,000 feet is 3,100 is basically the MSA for the airport. So 3,000 will be good since we are not going to be going further inland than the airport, really. Runway 21, J3. 21. And the airport's down over that way there. Definitely got a lower cloud layer off that way. Alright, so we did get an update on the weather. It is now raining. Winds are 170 at 3. We have light rain, broken cloud at 900 feet. 2 degrees and 0994. So let's get 0994 dialed in. There we go. So, doesn't look like we're having that freezing rain anymore, but definitely going to have some precipitation. I know when we flew into Sandefjord, it was rather interesting as well with the weather, with that cloud layer, and it was kind of misty and hard to see. And there's that low level stuff we're going to be heading for. Shipping off the coast. So we're heading this way to avoid that airport. It's a GK? ENGK. Arendal Airport. And it looks like this airport's right on the water as well. Yeah, it'll still be runway 21. I think they've only got the one runway there. Yeah. 6,680 feet. Shouldn't be an issue. Probably be off at Charlie. So once we hit the point here, we'll start our descent, and we're going to be heading in towards the initial approach fix. Is that a ferry or a fishing vessel? Be a fishing trawler. We're definitely going to be turning in under that low cloud in a minute. Oh, that's a rather tight in shot there. Two and a half miles out. We begin the turn in, and when we do that, we will go down to 3,000 feet. Come ashore somewhere around Grimstad. There's the turn. So we'll start down at about 1,000 feet per minute, and we'll pull the power back to about 30 inches, which will roughly keep our airspeed the same as we go down, I have found. And while we're going down, we'll throw the landing lights on. So our descent checklist: fuel quantity and selector. We're on normal. Fuel quantity is good. Caution lights are all fine. Anti-ice, well, not currently required, although the air temperature is kind of cold. We'll see what's going on weather-wise. Altimeters are set, signs are all still on, and the landing lights are on. So we're going to come into the INSAT point, and then up to Neelup, and then turn in for the approach. Again, the missed approach is climb straight ahead to 1,000 feet, intercept and proceed on radial 036 to the SVA VOR, and enter hold climbing to 3,000 feet. Not anticipating requiring that. Minimums for the landing is 252 feet, or 200 feet above, which I think is the call out it gives you anyway. But 252. If the localizer is out, or glide slope is out and we're localizer only, 970 feet. However, given that we got broken clouds at 900, if the localizer is out, we cannot, or the glide slope's out, we cannot do the arrival because it is IFR conditions at the moment apparently. So we'll have to see what happens when we get there, but should be good. 1,000 to go. So we come down to 3,000 feet for the intercept. It's 500 to go. Oh, Kevin, did you? That's horrible. Although I will say most crash to desktops are no reason. We're 14 miles to go to INSAP. It's 3,000 feet, so we'll bring the power back up to 40 inches on the torque pressure. There we go. Nice and even there. We're at our platform altitude for the intercept. What? Hey, so do I. Wow. Donut Man, you in chat? That's awesome. Yeah, Willie, I got the, I saw the liveries that Dark Fury put up. The problem is I don't have the airplane, so I'm not going to see them anyway, unfortunately. There's a... He popped in for a stream a while ago, and then we hadn't seen him again since, and now he's back. That's pretty cool. Well, hello, Donut Man. Appreciate you flying by and saying... Oh, there he is. Good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. I haven't heard from you much lately, but I assume everything is good with you. Gotta be careful I don't get too excited and start yelling into the mic and blowing everybody's ears out. Alright, 9.7 miles to INSAP. Willie's over there. I think Nick's just back a little bit. Donut Man is flying his King Air off to the side. And Kevin crashed. J3's around somewhere. Oh, Nick's behind. Oh, Nick's really far back. There's J3 behind me. And definitely got some low ground. And there's that little bit of a rise in the terrain to the northwest of the airfield. The airfield's down that way. gonna cheat here. I'm gonna go into heading mode now. I'm gonna go into a V-lock. I'm gonna dial this around to 212. Well, he's at the rear right now, but I'm sure any minute now he's gonna cut in. And we'll go for the intercept right now. There's roughly 212. So no glide slope yet. Localizer's there. We are getting a localizer. We got deflection on the bar. Yeah, that would be a good idea. I mean, a lot of games and stuff have logs. I don't know why this one wouldn't. But like people say, there's so many variables between mods and systems and settings and stuff. It's hard to see. There's that cloud coming in. Visibility's starting to go down. Let's go up top for anti-ice. We'll tune on the icer boots to auto, and we'll turn on the prop and intake anti-ice. Forgot the strobe lights. And that's just in case we get a little bit of freezing happening here. So as you can see, we're coming up to the initial approach fix. Beautiful scenery here on the coast. Imagine this in the summertime, all this water here. Of course, this is the low ground. We do have high ground we got to watch for. It'll be on our right as we come in. As soon as we start to see some deflection, we can start heading in towards the radar altimeter is starting to kick off. You can see it bouncing there in our absolute altitude. Our power's come back a little bit, so we'll bring the power back up to 40 inches. Wonderful trees. I am running Rex's seasons, so it does update every night, which is pretty cool. Looks like Willie's on the localizer. He's heading inbound. We should start seeing deflection soon. Yeah, that's what I've got as well. White with trees, which is accurate. Alright, watching for needle deflection. Looks like we got a pumpkin hawk. Give us a little bit of a turn. Here we got needle deflection going now, so we'll go into approach mode. So our nav capture is on, glide slope is armed, and there's the visibility going to hell. Can't see a lot of nothing out there. So now that we're on the localizer, we're going to bring our props fully forward. Bring the power back up to 40 inches. Easing in on the final adjustments for the localizer. So we're about 12 miles to go. Miles out from where we should intercept. Alright, we've got movement on the glide slope. Full indicators. We're going to start bringing the power back, slowing ourselves down. Bring the props back to 20. And everybody just blinked out on me in multiplayer. Well done. Thank you, Oslo. There's 120 knots. It's 1 notch up. Bring the power back again. 15 inches of engine torque. 110 knots. Knots. Glide slope is captured. 10 inches. Speed coming back. .95 knots, first notch of flaps going in. There's the rain. To see it there, but we are getting that rain. Bouncing over some rough terrain. Radar altimeter is kind of going nuts. There's 1,500 feet, so landing flaps are in. It's 20 degrees. We're actually going to go to 30. And full flaps. Now we get the sound. Hold 90 all the way down. Landing lights are on, props are fully forward. Flaps 30. Power is set. The airport in sight, kind of. It's kind of the end of the river here. Should just be a slight crosswind. Not too bad. Speed's 85. Hold her there at 85. .200 feet to go. Alright, landing will not be an issue. And a right-hand departure. Coming in between the hills here now. Outer marker. Knots. .500 to go. I have control. Back to about 80 knots now. Two whites, two reds. Three reds, a little low. Hold her for 80. Reds, we're flying for the touchdown zone. Landing. It's 200 feet to go. Again, these sounds are a little bit all over the place. That's fine, we're going to get off at Charlie. Taxi over to the ramp. After landing, flaps are coming up. Come up to the anti-ice. That is off. Landing lights will come off. Strobe light is off. Transponder standby. Trim tabs are fine. The rest of the lights are fine. Props coming back to low idle. And now we're heading for parking. I'm going to go to parking spot 11. That's 10. And here's spot 11. So parking brakes are set. Power levers are fully back. Propeller levers going into feathered. Generators coming off. Oh, Nick's here. Once again, don't see anyone else. Very interesting, very annoying, very interesting. Shut down the aircraft. All the lights can come off. Pitot heat off. I can go to manual. Bleeds can come off. Set that to disarm. Turn that one off. And we'll come over here, turn off the heat. Fuel pumps come off. And the aircraft is shut down. Oh, there's everybody else. J3's in. There's, oh. A little bit of a Messerschmitt flyby there. And there's Willie. Alright, let's get a nice view here as Willie taxis in. Kevin does his flybys again. Oh, it's Donut Man there. No, that's definitely not a DHC-6. Well, guys, thank you very much for flying with us today. Hope you enjoyed the tour of Norway. Seeing some pretty awesome sights and getting some interesting weather. We're going to continue doing the live weather and live time for these flights. Makes it very interesting. And we'll carry on. We're coming down to the southern end of Norway. We're about to loop around and start heading up north. And we're getting a nice little air show from Kevin there. So on that note, I'm going to thank everybody for coming along and flying. We hope to see you tomorrow on our DHC-6 flight as we continue our Pan Am around the world trip. We'll see you all then. Bye for now.